Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about jewelry, and specifically, I want to talk about how jewelry can change your whole outfit. This is going to be really similar to my shoe video that I did a little bit ago, where I took the same outfit but then just changed the shoes, and it changed the whole vibe and the mood and the general aesthetic. So I love jewelry, and it's one of my favorite ways to change up outfits. And I'm also really excited today because I'm working with Mejuri on this video, and I love Mejuri. As you know, I'm a huge fan. We've worked together quite a few times already, and they're having a really nice Black Friday sale that I think is a really good opportunity to save some money on higher ticket items. So I'm going to link all of the information about their sale down below, as well as everything that I'm styling. They're the pieces I have, and in case you're interested in anything, I think all of these are really good to consider. So let's get started. So the first outfit that I wanted to style today is a really simple white t-shirt and jeans. This is one of my personal favorite combinations, and I think something everybody has. Plus it works for so many activities, and since none of us are really going anywhere, I think this is a good outfit to wear at home if you want to get dressed in out of loungewear or pajamas. And you can also change it up depending on the season and the weather. So I've worn different shoes for different weathers, and of course layer jackets and blazers and sweaters over top. It's super versatile, and I think a great base. So when I wear something like this, because it is so simple, I think the first thing that I'm always doing instinctually is to add a pop, and I like doing that with bold jewelry. I like statement jewelry, and my definition of statement jewelry has kind of changed over the years. Sometimes it's colored, sometimes it's silver, sometimes it's gold, but the thread that runs through all of it is that it's always big, and it's always kind of the first thing you notice. So what I love about something like this is to play up one of the colors. So since we have the white t-shirt but the cooler toned blue jeans and then the camel coat, I think gold looks so good. So bold gold earrings and then bold jewelry echoed throughout the outfit. Always a favorite, and I think always looks great. Now let's say instead you wanted to echo the simplicity of the white t-shirt and jeans and make it feel really balanced in that sense. So rather than showcasing your jewelry and layering on a bunch of gold jewelry and something impactful to you and your personal taste, I think you can go with no jewelry. That's always an option, and something that looks super clean and quite literally lets your outfit be the focal point. Or you can do that by finding one piece of jewelry and wearing that. So if you really want the outfit to feel super simple, maybe just one necklace, or as I've done here, one pair of earrings. And especially because these are silver and they contrast a little bit with the camel coat, I think it creates that balance and a little bit of tension, but in a good way. So I really love this, and this is a combination that you can change up, like I said, in infinite number of ways, and wear different jewelry to really send a different message depending on how you're feeling. The next outfit that I want to style for you today is that same white t-shirt but skinny black pants, a slightly oversized but also classic feeling blazer, and pumps. So I created this outfit because I thought that it felt dressy, but by changing up the jewelry you can make it feel less dressy. So let's go dressy first, and I think the easiest way to do that is to match the tone of the overall outfit. So since we have black and very cool white, and the pattern of the jacket is very cool toned, I think sculptural silver earrings are perfect. They really play into that contrast that you have, but also the modern but classic feeling of the blazer, and I think it plays so well together. I also think that when you keep your jewelry simple, you dress up your outfit. It always feels a little bit more formal to me when you have maybe just one piece, and especially if that piece is understated but still statement making, like a pair of sculptural silver earrings. I think it's perfect. So now let's say instead that you wanted to maybe dress it down a little bit. I think that a really good way to do that is to layer necklaces. There's something about layered necklaces that feels very current, but also when done in a slightly larger size like this, these two pendants, it feels a little bit more casual. So there's something about this combination that automatically makes it feel like I should swap the shoes and I should change it maybe for ballet flats or sneakers to kind of echo that relaxed, casual, but still sophisticated look. And then also gold jewelry echoed throughout the outfit is a good way to contrast ever so slightly with the cool tones in the outfit, but still call in the warm tones of the buttons. So it's showing a split-second understanding. We're not even knowing that we're registering it, but there's something that we're taking in that feels very deliberate, and I love it. So layered necklaces and gold jewelry will always be a favorite of mine. So now for this next outfit, let's keep that same base of the t-shirt, the skinny black pants, and the black pumps, but change the blazer. So the blazer that we just styled is slightly oversized, so that makes it feel a little bit more modern, but the overall cut and the general pattern and everything reads very classic. So I think overall the look is very classic. Now instead, if we were to go for a cropped black blazer, something that I've added to my wardrobe recently, I think we get a totally different base and something that gives you room for a lot of juxtaposition that I really like. So this blazer, since it is cropped, it automatically feels current, and then the fact that it's black keeps the overall color palette really muted. So there's something about it that doesn't feel too jarring, I guess, even though the style is very modern and it can feel very, very trendy. I think since it's very similar in color to the rest of the outfit, it feels more serious. So it almost feels like something that you could wear to work and not be out of place and not feel disjointed from a potentially really conservative or traditional office environment. So it's a nice balance for me. And I think that when you're working with something like this, to really amplify the contrast, I think going for something really, really classic and a little bit dainty is perfect. So something like really simple pearl earrings would be beautiful with this because you're echoing the white from the shirt, bringing some lightness up by your face, but still showing something softer in contrast to the boxy kind of angular color cut of the jacket, and then of course the dark color of the black echoed throughout. I really love that. So let's say instead you wanted to amplify the geometry and how modern this outfit feels. So you really wanted to echo the angularity throughout and the sharp shoulders on the blazer and the boxy cut, and then the really skinny silhouette of the pants and the delicate curve of the collar of the white t-shirt. I think a good way to do that would be to pair it with bold gold earrings. Not only do you get that contrast of the geometry of the circular shape up by your face and then the angularity of the shoulder pads and the general structure of the blazer, but you also automatically echo how modern the jacket feels. So it feels like a totally different aesthetic and probably something that would feel out of place in a really conservative traditional work environment just by changing out one single piece. So I really love playing around with that and echoing or contrasting your message in order to really get it across. And I think that playing with sculptural jewelry is a really good way to do that, and something you should play around with in the mirror, because as I was putting this outfit together in particular, I was holding up the different earrings and necklaces, and I think that out of all of the outfits, this was maybe the one that had the biggest impact, and I wasn't really expecting that. So definitely play around with it yourself. The next outfit I want to style for you today is this gray sweater, the one that I'm wearing today, and my new green pants. And I love this because there's something really sophisticated feeling about this outfit, probably since the legs of the pants are so long. So I had them cropped to suit my small heels that I like to wear. And I think that when paired with a heel, you automatically dress up your outfit. Plus you get the contrast of the rich green and then the lighter color of the sweater. So it's a really good base for jewelry. And I think that when looking at something like this, my first instinct was to wear my green clutch because it matches the pants, and I love green right now. I love that we're able to find it so much, like I talked about in a past video. And I think having bold pops of green in your outfit is so beautiful. So since my clutch has gold hardware, I like to echo that in my jewelry. I think that for me, a general kind of guideline that I like to follow is that if there's a lot of obvious hardware, I will echo that throughout the rest of my jewelry and the rest of my wardrobe. If it's a little bit more subtle, so maybe just my wedding and engagement ring or maybe a delicate stud, I think you have a little bit more leeway. But since this has a really bold buckle, I wanted to echo that with gold jewelry. So I layered it on like I love to do, and I think it looks so good, especially when you echo the chunkiness in the bracelet and the earrings. There's something about that that will always work for me and always be a favorite of mine. Now let's say instead I wanted to play up the softness of this look. I think that when you're looking at it initially, you see the color block, so the light sweater, the dark pants, plus the angularity of the shape on the pants and the pointed toe shoes. But I think you can really amplify the softness of the sweater and the overall drape, and then of course the really soft texture and the light airy color by echoing that in the jewelry. So for the first look we went sculptural, and I think that really called out the angularity of the overall look and the contrast. But to keep it softer, you could go for pearls. So I wore the pearl earrings with the pearl necklace to kind of echo it and match it, and it really lightens up the whole look, especially since I have my hair soft and in my loose waves and off to the side with it tucked behind the ear. It really shows off the pearls, and I think that your eye sees the sheen of the pearl and then looks for that echoed in the outfit, so it automatically goes to the sweater, and I think amplifies the texture and the lightness of the sweater. It's a kind of oversized, heavier feeling sweater, but it automatically feels lighter and airier by pairing it with something like these pearls and this set in particular. So with the exception of the really delicate plaid print in one of the outfits that we just styled, everything's been pretty solid. And I think that solid outfits are really easy to style with jewelry because nothing's competing too much. But I think when you start adding in prints, it can become a little bit more intimidating. And I know for me personally, that's part of the reason why my jewelry has always been really simple, because I've had a couple patterns and I didn't want to contrast too much. I wasn't really comfortable doing it. I didn't know how to do it the way that felt organic and natural for me. So I instead would keep everything really, really simple. So I want to explore that with this next outfit. I've taken my newish printed top. I've had this in my wardrobe for I think 2 months now, and I really love it. It has a frilly collar and a really beautiful green and white print. And I decided to pair it with my white pants and then lace up boots to keep the palette overall really soft and really amplify the pattern in the top. So I think that when you look at something like this, the easiest way to pair jewelry is to keep it super delicate, like I said. So you could do studs, maybe a really simple necklace, and allow the pattern of the shirt to really be the focal point. Or you could echo one of the colors or maybe a pattern detail in your jewelry. So I like to do that with pearls because pearls always work with my wardrobe, and I think that these in particular echo the color in the shirt so beautifully, as well as calling in the white pants and the boots. So I think everything feels really, really harmonious and really beautiful. It feels really light and classic and super timeless, and this is a really favorite outfit of mine. Now let's say instead I wanted to contradict the softness and the frilliness of this outfit. I didn't want to make everything feel super harmonious and balanced and expected, and instead I maybe wanted to amplify a part of my personality that isn't overtly obvious. I think all of us, when we look at ourselves, there are things that are super obvious to people that maybe don't know us, so things in our physical being that can't go unnoticed. So for me, that tends to be my softer hair texture that I'm wearing now. My voice tends to be one of the first things that's noticed, plus my small stature. I'm short and small framed. So anytime I want to contradict that and add some strength back, and I don't want to feel floaty and airy, and I want something with more of a punch, I always like to contradict. So we've touched on this a little bit in the past outfits, but I think with something like this, it's really driven home. So you've got the light pants, the light shoes, the lighter shirt, and the frills and all of that, which makes everything feel very floaty and airy. But if instead I go with really aggressive, almost really chunky jewelry, it makes it feel more modern, and I think sends a nice message because you take it in and you're thinking expected, 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 unexpected. And whenever you have an element that feels out of place a little bit, I think it shows that you're really having fun with fashion and automatically makes it feel more modern, which I always love. So speaking of light and floaty outfits, I also wanted to play around around with this combination that I've been loving lately. I think I've styled this in quite a few videos recently because it was one of the outfits that I came up with for my body typing video. I'll link it here for you. But it went into detail on how you can kind of echo all of the things in your facial composition and your overall stature in order to be the most harmonious, basically. So the idea of something like a cardigan that's really close to the body with a floaty skirt in colors that are similar and the delicate buttons and then really soft shoes, I think is a good way to do that. And this is an outfit that I've been kind of changing up a little bit to suit different moods, and I've been liking how the base can be translated. So for this outfit, I think that the most obvious way to keep the harmony really balanced and intact is to go really delicate with the jewelry. So really simple pearl earrings would be beautiful because the lightness in the outfit and the colors and the pearls being so classic. I talk about this a lot, but picking a piece that does the work for you. So something has a history tied to it that we automatically recognize when we look at it. And pearls do that. They automatically feel really timeless and really classic. So it keeps in harmony with all of that. And then of course, light and the color and all of that goes really beautifully. So of course, if I wanted to contrast that and make it feel a little bit unexpected, I would again go for something chunkier. And I think it feels more modern. It automatically feels like I should change out the shoes. The shoes shouldn't feel quite so delicate because then it goes chunky, light, 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 and instead I would prefer it if it went dark hair, which is contrast, lighter skin, which of course adds to that contrast, chunky jewelry, light delicate sweater, light floaty skirt, and then a chunkier shoe. So maybe an ankle boot or a tall boot, something with a thicker heel, and maybe even adding a jacket. I feel like especially with a look that's very, very balanced like this, you can very easily see how you can, with one piece, shift it and make it feel unbalanced and then feel the need to overcompensate in other areas. And I just think this is a good base to play with for that. So I also like this because with cardigans, what was recommended for me in that video was to keep them buttoned. But instead, you could undo a couple buttons to showcase some delicate necklaces. And again, make it feel a little bit more casual, like I mentioned. Layering necklaces automatically feels a little bit more relaxed. And I love that balance. It's a good way to keep the harmony, but still a little bit of contrast that I enjoy. And there you have it. That is how jewelry can change up your outfit, and you can use it to channel different parts of your personality and echo different things in your look to give a different feel. So I hope that you liked this, and like always, it sparked some creativity and gave you some things to try out in your own styling and your own wardrobe journey. And then I also want to thank Mejuri again for sponsoring today's video. I will put all of the information for their sale down below, as well as links to everything that I styled in case you are interested in anything. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.